It actually, full fart is a description of the internet on this ship. It's not.
Good morning, friends. Another day, another dollar, as they say. It is about 10:30-ish, and so I just finished showering and whatever. I'm gonna clean my room up a little bit because it's kind of messy, and I like to present a cleaner room than this. And then I'm gonna head up and get some probably lunch. By the time I get up there, it'll be, after 11. So, because I'm gonna go up and do a couple laps around the walking trail and, get that in before I go do anything else. So it'll be lunch. I'm thinking buffet, might be a sandwich, I don't know. But we'll decide all that here in a little bit. But anyway, day, what is it? 4? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure today's 4, but it's a sea day. And so all kinds of stuff going on around the ship. I'll probably just chill by the pool. I haven't done that yet, and mix and mingle a little bit if I can, and then it'll be dinner and all the evening festivities. So stay tuned for all that, and we'll talk soon. So I made my way up to the pool deck and did a few laps around the walking track. It was actually a really nice day. People were out lounging. Definitely perfect sea day weather, and that of course led me into the buffet. The buffet on MSC Divina has a really good selection, especially for lunch, because that's really the only option at that time of day. That's one thing that I think MSC could really improve upon, is having more included kind of quick service type food. They have everything from different salads and sandwiches and even more kind of like heavier hot food and things like that. And they've definitely improved since I started sailing them a couple of years ago. And I'm sure as they try to take over the world, they have plans to get even better when it comes to that. But I settled on some pizza, which if you didn't know, MSC does really, really well. They're an Italian cruise line, so obviously pizza is kind of their thing. And while I was sitting there, I had a bartender come by and ask if I wanted a drink. So I told him that I wanted a Dos Equis, but they were out, and so he brought me a Michelob Ultra instead. And along with the pizza, I had a couple of sides because I needed that to hold me over for a while. And then at that point, it was time to go relax by the pool. I lounged by the main pool for a while, but then I thought maybe I'd go into Serenity because the main pool was getting kind of crowded. But I was surprised to see that Serenity was also pretty busy. The ship wasn't at capacity, but it was pretty full, especially for a long sailing like that, and that became noticeable on sea days, so I made my way into the garden bar, since that's adults only and also a designated smoking area that tends to be overall less crowded. And I ran into a couple of people that I had met on board, and we hung out back there for a little bit until it was time for dinner. Alright y'all, it is almost dinner time, but I'm gonna mix and mingle a little bit between now and then. I have about an hour and a half, so that's what's up. Just hanging out, doing what I do, but yeah, we'll talk soon. So I made my way over to the sports bar because on MSC it's not always easy to find Dos Equis for some reason, but that was one place that I knew for sure would have it. I also made friends with the bartender in there, which is always a good thing to try to do. The sports bar is actually one of the coolest bars on the ship in my opinion. It has a bowling alley and kind of like a loungy, easygoing vibe, unless of course there's a big game or something, and then it gets pretty crazy in there. After dinner, I went back into the sports bar for a little bit to hang out with my bartender, and he had actually hid a bunch of Dos Equis for me. When you make friends with the bartender, sometimes when they're out of something, they'll go find it for you and hide it for you, and that was obviously appreciated. And then I made my way into the theater because they had a comedy juggler on board for the evening.
That when I throw the bowling ball, that has to go first because it's the heaviest. The bowling ball in the air, I throw the knife that's what happens because I have to let go of the arm and the knife falls down. So that didn't work. So I said, you know what, we're gonna find another way. We still have time. So I got the knife and I put it to my neck like this and I held it there. And I said, this might work because the handle is exposed. And then I kept trying it but the handle is so far up that I kept missing the handle, hitting the knife and missing the handle started to hurt, right? And I said, you know what, Manny, you better stop because this could be dangerous. You could cut the jugular. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick trick for you guys. I'm gonna see if I can do that again. Hi.
After the theater show, they had Liars Club, and that's a little bit hard to explain, but basically they have a few words that they select, and the words kind of sound like they could mean something weird or suggestive. And then each person on the panel gives a definition of that word, and you have to decide who is telling the truth. And honestly, it can get pretty hilarious.
Full fart, interesting word, not quite what you think it is. It actually, full fart is a description of the internet on this ship. It's not...
Hey friends, so a couple things. Number one, I almost did this update video for you all while sitting on the toilet, so yay! Traveling with Travis is definitely getting more detailed and in-depth. But number two, I just came from the comedy game show thing that they did. It was so funny. And format-wise, it's not like anything I've ever seen before, because it was like comedy mixed with magic, mixed with chaos, mixed with vocabulary words. Yeah, it was right up my alley. Couldn't film a whole lot of it. I think I got a couple of clips, and I got a couple of clips of the show before that, which was the juggler one, and that was also really good. And he was also really funny. So yeah, so far so good with the shows on MSC Divina on this long cruise. Right now I'm going to go up to the nightclub, I think, just for a little bit. I didn't go last night, so I thought they're having the glow party tonight. It's supposed to be lit up there. It's been kind of like meh the whole trip so far. Hasn't been, too crazy crowded, which for some is probably, that's been great. But for me, I don't know. It's been a little boring. So maybe tonight things will change. But, yeah, I'll take you with me. We'll see what we see and do what we do. And we'll talk soon. So I made my way up to deck 16 and into the Galaxy nightclub. The glow party ended up being really fun. Some people took it seriously and dressed up, and there was all kinds of neon and fun and dancing. And this was definitely the most hoppin' and poppin' night of the cruise so far. So I danced the night away with some of the people that I'd met on board. I did change my shirt because I was trying to look a little bit more neon, but I didn't actually bring anything for this. It's not always obvious what themed nights you'll have on board, so cruise lines in general can do a better job of advertising that stuff in advance. But after a couple of hours, it was time for bed, so I made my way back down to my room. All right, y'all, so that's a wrap. It is almost 2 a.m, so that means no breakfast tomorrow. We're in Aruba tomorrow, but we're there for a very short time. I think we dock at like 9 and we leave at 2. Yeah, so I'm gonna get off probably and walk around the immediate like cruise port area, but I don't actually have anything planned, like excursion-wise or anything, so we'll see what it's like. I want to thank you all for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.